All right. So in this one, we got a clip that we're gonna react to. Bag Fuel posted. So Bag Fuel did a interview with Pressa, right? And it's interesting that they did this. But when you think about it and you think about some of the stuff Esso has said in the past, I guess it ain't that far fetched. Now, the way they titled the video was, "Is Kendrick a bigger rapper than Drake? Pressa versus Esso debate." It really wasn't a debate. It really is, because they both team Drake. They both team Drake. I don't care what nobody say. They did DJ Clue asked about top five. That was a real quick question answer type of thing. Not much there, but let's get into the video, man, and talk about the key points. Oh, and I will say real quick, I am only playing the audio because I haven't reacted to none of their stuff in a while. The one time I did, I think Mecca was on there. I got a copyright strike. And I don't know if it was him or them. Either way, it was some BS. And so to avoid any, I don't even know how you, if you a guest on somebody's show, can give a strike to some, I don't know. Either way, I ain't dealing with that again. So we just gonna play the audio.
The song called "Demarcus" is viral right now. You know.
Mm. Why you think top five flipped on Drizzy, man?
I was about to ask the same thing, but go ahead.
Nah, man, he mental health, bro.
Jesus Christ.
That nigga mental health, bro. You sometimes like
Women they cool, women they not cool, man.
I know you gotta just I don't know, bro. Niggas are just unpredictable, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of competition up there?
Now, that was pretty much the extent of that. I will say this: that's probably a very different answer than top five would give if he was to answer the question about Pressa and what's going on, right? I feel like we would probably have a whole lot more. He'd be a lot more animated and definitely a lot more hyperbolic, for sure. So that was I would say a mild answer. He did say he got mental illness going on. Who knows? I don't know. But that was his answer to that question. Now, let's move on to the rest of the conversation.
With everything that's really going on around the world and shit, what can Canada bring to the game that we don't have already? Because the game seems a little boring since the takedown of Drake, supposedly. You know what I'm saying?
What you guys think, Mike?
I'm just saying, suppose. Hold on, what are you saying? What you saying?
Yo, we got to give Esso a glaze card. We got to give Esso a glaze card. Esso been glazing hard, man, for Drake. 2 points here. He threw up the air quote, the quote unquote takedown of Drake, and the game been boring. I don't know why he's sticking with this "the game been boring" line, bro. For guys who've been in hip hop, who've been commentating in it, a part of it for so long, who have so many of these artists on their platforms and have these discussions, to insinuate that the game is boring is just total bullshit. There's no way you could think that. There's no way you can think that with all that's been going on and all that's been happening. No, man. There's just a high level of glaze going on right now. And I feel like he's trying to work his way up to a Drake interview because he's been glazing. He been looking at it from the perspective that Drake would want him to look at it as, like this conspiratorial takedown perpetrated by this evil cabal that used Kendrick as their henchman. And okay, buddy, okay, but let's keep going.
Like take down a Drake.
I said supposedly.
That's you getting hypnotized.
I'm not getting hypnotized. I'm talking about
the bots.
I'm not talking about the bots. I'm talking about the real business side, because here, once all that shit occurred, he didn't get all the radio play and all the commercial help that he normally did. Like, he had the Nokia pumping.
Man, come on, man. Okay, so you got Drake, who has been breaking streaming records. His fans posted all the time on X. The most streamed this month, the most streamed last month, the most streamed this, the most streamed that. He's just the most streamed ever. but he ain't been getting no airplay. And honestly, at this point, how much does radio play matter? For real, for real. I don't know how much it matters. If they tout on these streaming numbers, if streaming numbers, I have not heard anyone tout radio play. Now I know radio play, Billboard, you got a bunch going on there, but if he's still the number one stream guy, and that's the metric by which they're using, why does he take this route? No, the music is not being played because it's not good music, bro. Come on, man. What's up with these platforms, man? We really got to examine this. Why these platforms do this? Like, look, you can have your opinion, and it can definitely be one that people disagree with. That's what this is all about. I do the same thing. But at least do it from an objective standpoint, not from an apparently flawed perspective. When you know this man is still doing crazy streaming numbers, this and that, you just can't admit the obvious. The music hasn't been good. People don't want to hear it. And yes, he has taken a hit. It wasn't a takedown. It was a one-on-one fight. All that Rick Ross and all them shit, there wasn't no 20v1, bro. It was a one-on-one fight. He lost. He did a bunch of shit afterward that looked really, really bad and made it even worse. Right? Even worse. They don't want to acknowledge it. And this is my thing. If you talk about it like this, people still we got to come out and point it out, right? We got to point out the bullshit and the nonsense, man. Let's keep going.
But that was basically it. So I feel like that, no, he's not down. I still fuck
Nah, the
with
shit
him.
with him and Party was going crazy too.
Yeah, Drake got 100 of those
Going
Kendrick
crazy.
songs.
I'm just
What?
saying the excitement
bro.
since
Hold up,
the
hold up,
supposed, I didn't say it was a take.
Hold up. We can't just let that slide. All right, this dude is tripping. He ain't got 100 songs like that, bro. He got a couple songs. If you look it up, I think Not Like Us, so it's over 1 billion streams. And Drake got a few songs over 1 billion. God's Plan, 2.8 billion, 3.7 billion for One Dance, so on and so forth. Far from 100. He might got a few, but also, mind you, those songs garnered those streams over years and years. Not Like Us did it in just the course of a year. And those songs, Not Like Us has way more impact. Way more impact. So to say he got 100 songs, and no, he doesn't, man. He doesn't. And we can keep it just on the battle. None of his songs has anywhere near the traction of Not Like Us. Not even, honestly, anywhere near the traction of Euphoria. For real, for real.
Down there, I'm saying what it's supposed, what the people are saying. I feel like talking about the real business side, because here, once all that shit occurred, he didn't get all the radio play and all the commercial help that he normally did. Like, he had the Nokia pumping, but that was basically it. So
I wanted to go back there real quick because we also got to point out the fact that the lawsuit probably was a part of all of this as far as getting radio play or whatever was going on too. But again, they like to talk about these things without mentioning those other elements. It's not just the battle. It's not just, well, it's definitely not that people was hating or there was some takedown conspiracy going on. There's a lot of stuff happening that was his fault that they never ever add as part of the conversation. That's why it makes it so frustrating, right? And you really don't want to listen to these guys. It's like, man, can y'all talk about the whole picture and how all of those things affected everything?
I feel like that, no, he's not down. I still fuck
Nah, the
with
shit
him.
with him and Party was going crazy too.
Yeah, Drake got 100 of those
Going
Kendrick
crazy.
songs.
I'm just saying the excitement since the supposed, I didn't say it was a takedown there. I'm saying what it's supposed, what the people are saying. I feel like that the game has been boring since then. When Drake was running around, I'm not gonna lie, he had the city in frenzy. He had everybody was out 7 days.
He's the biggest star in America.
The nigga was doing concerts.
So he's not big no more?
Not to me, he's not as big.
What?
Look at these metrics though. Let's what is it? I think Esso, I think he says it in this interview at some point that he's 49. How is this a metric for boring? as far as hip hop goes. This has absolutely no bearing on hip hop and the excitement around a lot of the artists, the new music. All right, let's go back.
The takedown there. I'm saying what it's supposed, what the people are saying. I feel like that the game has been boring since then. When Drake was running around, I'm not gonna lie,
and you got to admit, if you're an artist, and they talk to a lot of these artists on their platform, you should be kind of offended for real, because he's pretty much saying that you guys are not on that level, which there are a lot of them that are way past that level. A lot more authentic, write their own shit, make their own music, but just make better music in general. A lot of them. All right. So this ain't just Drake glaze going on. This is really disrespecting the game, man. This is disrespecting hip hop. This is disrespecting all those who came. Of course, it's definitely disrespecting Kendrick, because GNX definitely made hip hop fun. Disrespecting Tyler's, disrespecting Clips. It's disrespecting a lot of artists that came out this year with really good, solid music. It really is. So it's not just Drake glaze. That's bad enough. So it's disrespect to the whole genre, honestly.
He had the city in frenzy. He had everybody.
And mind you, all because this nigga partied or some shit. The parties.
Was out 7 days.
He's the biggest star in America.
The nigga was doing concerts.
So what, he's not big no more?
Not to me, he's not as big.
What?
Why? Why you say that?
Who's the biggest star in America
how
now?
How many hits does he have to give you guys to like?
No, to
like,
me,
you need like another 20 more hits.
He's still Drake to me, but at everybody's point of everybody's career, you're not gonna remain at the same height.
All right, so hold on.
That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, let me hear this.
Pause. Who's bigger than him?
Currently, right now.
Come on, man. I don't even want to say. Come on, man.
I'm asking who's bigger than Drake?
Who? You just said something.
I'm gonna say Kendrick is bigger than Drake.
Right now?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I can say that.
I think the biggest rapper right now is Max B.
Get the fuck out of here.
At this point, if he's saying Kendrick at this point,
you support. I'm just saying. I'm not on nobody's side.
Kendrick doesn't even.
If
he drops right now, what is he gonna drop? He has to drop another Drake diss.
I'm not a huge.
This same narrative, he got to drop another Drake diss. There wasn't no Drake disses on GNX. He wasn't dissing Drake. He talked about the situation. We heard what disses sound like. Did we not? We had a good old time listening to what Kendrick dissing Drake sounded like. All right. So his music post beef has been pretty much away from that. And an important thing to note that we found out recently. I don't think I made a video on this, but it came out recently. GNX was in the works years before the beef. I think they said like right after the Miss Morale Big Steppers, a year or two afterward. Either way, a lot of the work for that. And now, mind you, he may have tweaked some of them songs and things like that to for the moment. However, that album had already been in the works. So that's another thing for the people running with this dumbass narrative that Press is trying to put out there that, oh, he got a diss Drake. I didn't hear him diss Drake since the beef, buddy. And GNX ain't even about Drake. It ain't even about the beef. Even though he may have changed some bars to talk about what went on and how he put some money in the streets and whacked out murals and all that, it was already in the works. And so it hasn't been about that. It hasn't been about that at all. So that narrative is faulty. But that's all they got. That's all they got. That's all they can ever lean back on. And they want to make it seem like for somehow that dissing Drake is making Kendrick, but not talking about how that battle damaged Drake in everybody's eyes, not just to like the general hip hop public, everybody's eyes, because of the lawsuits, because of the LeBron stuff, because of the D-Rose stuff, all of that, right? Or we can talk about this, how nobody's really talking about Drake unless he out here doing some dumb shit, right? Throwing his little duck lips, throwing his little subliminals, like really, if you really want to look at it, and this is the truth, he's only being talked about when he's doing some sly, sneak dissing, stupid, crazy, outlandish shit, saying dumb stuff. What he just do on that stream recently, right? You talk about he one of the greatest writers of this generation. No, you're not. Pump your brakes, buddy. You're not. It's still throwing shots. DJ Academics in the video talking about Drake throwing shots on his album, Iceman, coming up. Bro, stop it. Who's the clout chaser for real? Who's the clout chaser? Who needs dissing to be relevant? Who needs all of that?
I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of any of that. I'm just saying when a battle
He's being
occurred,
neutral,
I'm very neutral.
No,
I'm
you ain't
neutral
You ain't
too.
neutral.
I live in Cali.
Fucking
You know what I
neutral.
mean?
You say you live in Cali.
I'm neutral.
Yo, how the hell you gonna sit here and say?
No, I'm giving you my honest opinion, bro. Drake has fucking how many of those songs?
He has
that
100
Kendrick
million
has?
hits.
I can name you
Saying
2, 3
that.
songs.
But we
I
talking
can name you
about
2
right
songs
now.
of Kendrick.
I feel like Kendrick definitely did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But Drake been at a high level for a very long time.
You're never.
He still got songs right
I'm
now
gonna tell you
going
some real
crazy.
shit, Pressa. Before anybody knew about Drake, I had his music. And he knows I had it. Before everybody else, I had a Jewish dude that was giving me $500,000 and was like, try to get this deal for this kid, Drake, and nobody would fuck with it. Before he was going to see Sylvia
That's
Rome
everybody.
and all that. This was before. Yeah. This was when nobody knew. Clue knew I had this shit. This was when Kanye's mom died. Right? And nobody would fuck with it. And back then, with his different rhyme style, I still fucked with him. I still thought he was one of the hottest niggas out. I was calling everybody like, yo, I'm gonna put the barn behind this nigga. I'm gonna do whatever I could do. And it just fell through. I just hit some roadblocks really fast and I couldn't get it done. I'm saying that to say, I fuck with Drake for real. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm
we
not
know you
no
do.
nigga that, I don't fuck with Drake. I think the music that he made was popping. I think the music he makes is popping. When you fuck with his music, it gets the girls moving. That's when niggas like, it's lit. I'm not saying that. But
what I'd also like him to say is when he talk about the game is boring, like, let's take out partying out of it. Let's take partying out of it. Nothing related to partying, having the city lit, nothing related to that. What's the difference? I bet you he couldn't really say anything after that. Like, let's bring into context all the music that's been dropping, all the artists that's up for awards. Let's bring in that into context, and then you got to tell me what about, I guess, Drake not being at the forefront. What about that has made anything different as far as it being boring? Can't say nothing about partying. Let's just talk about the music.
As far as the game goes, there was people that was cheering the takedown of Drake. That's just what it was.
That's
It's
how
just
it
a
always is, though.
bandwagon.
It wasn't me, so I'm just saying, as far as these people thinking that Kendrick is successful, they think that they're successful.
But what you're essentially saying is, when everybody was championing it, right, they was ecstatic. But the adverse effect is, shit got boring now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
People were so hyped to get rid of the Canadian boy, but now,
Shit boring.
shit boring, Pressa.
What got boring though? This is the dumbest fucking shit that I've heard when it comes to this conversation. What got boring? Listen, let's be for real, man. Drake's music wasn't all that electrifying before all of this. All right, for all the dogs, did fairly decent, all of that, right? I got it. I got you. Him and J. Cole's collab did good. I got you. But I remember when all of those projects came out. I checked them out, listened to a few songs, and I wasn't like overly ecstatic, like, oh, this is the, and nobody that I knew really was, honestly. It was just another Drake song, another Drake album. A couple songs on there you like, listen to, you might work out to, and that was it. There was still other shit to listen to. That's the whole point. There's always other stuff to listen to. So this whole boring narrative is just so crazy to me, and it's even crazier when you put it in context of all the other artists, and that you basically shitting on all of them too. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? Do you not see what's going on out here? I thought y'all was supposed to be in the loop. I thought y'all was supposed to be informed.
Yeah,
So,
because I'll be fucked up too if a
Drake.
Canadian nigga was just running the rap game and
Why? We're not mad at that.
We not mad at, but listen.
Of course, you guys want
as a New
Kendrick
York
to
nigga,
come and take
we're
that
not mad
shit.
at
No,
that.
Pressa, no, Pressa. Coming from New York, right? Niggas hated us forever.
Yeah.
So I didn't take my hate to nobody else, because once you step off the plane, oh, that's a New York nigga right there. Oh, that's a New York nigga. We don't fuck with the New York niggas, the New York niggas, the New York niggas. So I never was on some, yo, Kendrick gotta have it. I'm really not on that type of time. I fuck with Drake. I'm just saying it's been boring. When Drake was the predominant one, everybody was cheering.
Music was exciting.
Music was more exciting.
Does Kendrick make music for the ladies?
Not really.
No.
Who that's what's running the rap
That's
game,
what runs the rap.
That's what we're saying, though.
I know. I feel like
I totally agree with you, though.
Huh? So what?
No, that's not what's running a rap game. Music for the ladies ain't. There was a time. There was a time when all the big artists out, you know, or even upcoming ones, you had to make a joint for the ladies, right? There was a time. We haven't been in that time in a long time, man, honestly. And Kendrick is really the one who really brought it back with Luther. Luther has had tremendous success. So no, of course he don't make music for the ladies like Drake as far as like the singing and crooning shit, right? No, we're not going to put him in that box. But that's not rap. That's not rap. So it's not the same thing. If Drake want to do that, cool. Stay with the melodies, man. But that's not rap.
If Kendrick drops right now, I'm not listening. I'm thinking he's gonna talk about Drake. If he drops a regular song, I don't even listen to it. I'll more listen to it to see what he's saying about my boy, like, you know.
Okay.
But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I think the game got boring when all the beefing happened, and so now let's say Future ain't doing songs with Drake, and Drake ain't doing songs with this person, and Thug ain't doing songs with Future or Babe. Like it's like the Atlanta snitch thing is what really kind of made the shit really boring, because everyone got beef with each other. No one want to work together. So I feel like that alone fucked up a lot of shit with the chemistry with the music, man. Like that's one of the things that really
fucked up. I think I think Takeoff dying was a big effect on hip hop.
Lucci going to jail hurt.
Like it's the big hip hop that's contributing to make it boring. But I'm just saying it's not exciting.
Then think about all the
algorithms kind of fucked up.
Think about all the people who had hot music that died. Pop Smoke, Young Dolph. Yeah. There's a lot of people.
That's true.
Tory Lanez locked up.
That's true.
Big Mill got locked up.
Kid Flock
doing 30 years.
So it's like all that shit is gonna affect shit at some point in time. And if you think about the songs that's coming out, man, it's a lot of swag rap, nothing with content that's really like to have people intrigued, like to really listen. It's really just like party music, like when you're in the club, you listen to it.
Like Sexy Red, just going crazy.
So why don't you
don't fuck with Sexy? I love that.
So why don't you become the program director and change all of this, Clue?
They're the rappers now.
If I became the program director, what am I gonna play, bro?
We would trust your ear to play the right thing. We would trust your ear
you know how
to play
that
the
works.
right things.
What's going to keep the people's attention? That's the number one thing.
The labels need to get A&Rs to curate real music and not microwave music.
But Clue.
Oh, so they're microwaving it and sending it to you?
But
they send to everybody. They send to everybody.
Well, it's funny he says that because that's what Drake makes. I do agree with him that a lot of it there's a lot of what is going on in hip hop is due to what happened in Atlanta, a lot of those artists, but to, I guess, judge how exciting hip hop is based off of what's going on in one region is kind of crazy, right? Those guys got their own thing going on, and that's detrimental to them and their sound and their legacies, their music, all that. There's a whole lot of other people and a whole lot of other regions making a whole lot of good music. That's exciting. And so it also gives you, I think this is based on their taste. This is based on their taste. That's why they need somebody on there with a little bit more taste. And it's crazy. Clue's making some points. He's making better points than them. But I'm surprised he's going all the way this route with it and not calling them out. And pointing out some of the things that I've been pointing out in this video so far.
They're not even cooking it on the pot. They're just microwaving that.
Microwaving it.
But listen to this. This is a twofold thing. Somebody told us at a label, a regional single is enough to keep the lights on and pay everybody's bonuses, right?
Yeah.
A successful regional single.
Just a regional successful single, right? Now, most of these big execs, they're in their 50s. If they get
They're going into another part of the combo. So I'm gonna end it right there. But this it doesn't seem like this narrative is going anywhere. Again, I do find it interesting that they had Pressa on there in the first place. I wonder kind of how they did that. What's that about? Is this a play to try to maybe get something going with Drake? Some sort of interview? I don't know. Because you know Drake did post Pressa's project. Who knows? You show some love to his homie. Maybe he show y'all some love back. I mean, you've been glazing all this time, for real, and telling all these untruths. But this whole, it just blows my mind. This whole hip hop is boring. Drake made hip hop, or even the Atlanta. Look, those regional sounds for a long time, yes, were at the forefront, but that doesn't encapsulate the whole of hip hop. And even now, and it was a great year. It was a great year. That's why I'm saying I don't understand how they can just overlook everything that's happened, all the music that's come out, all the artists that's up for awards. Like, you're just not going to talk about that? Just not going to talk about that? Yeah, all right. That's why you can't take them serious. I can't take you serious if you can't put it in a full context. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. And Pressa, definitely not going to take nothing he says seriously, right? You can't do that because that's one of Drake's main men. So yeah, nothing he says carries anyway. But anyway, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one.